This video was brought to you by Raycon. I have no clever setup to segue into the sponsor for reasons that'll become very obvious in short time, so I'm just going to get right to it. Now, Raycon's everyday earbuds are no stranger to this channel. As someone who's been using them for a few years now, I can't talk enough about how much they become my standard for earbuds. Accompany me on things like everyday errands, which is good because these babies are weatherproof and sweat resistant, but sometimes I just like to wear them while doing some good old-fashioned housekeeping, and they last a while too. Up to 32-hour total battery life thanks to the rechargeable carrying case it comes with. On top of having ergonomic design ensuring a cozy, discreet fit for your ears no matter the size, they're half the price compared to other premium audio brands out there with the same audio quality you would come to expect from them. And now they even come equipped with active noise cancellation, blocking out all that unneeded noise. And with multi-point connectivity, you can even pair the two devices at once now. Jacks can't do that. Why is Jacks cringe? There's a variety of colors to choose from. I personally recommend royal blue because it's cool and this creature is forever poisoned my mind. And if you're not convinced, Raycon offers a 30-day happiness guaranteed. So get it for yourself or a late gift for your father for Father's Day. Nobody's perfect, I get it. Click the link in the description below or go to buyraycon.com/somecallmejohnny to get 15% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. It greatly supports this channel and helps me get through the worst parts of this job, like playing Mortal Kombat Special Forces. I don't want to talk about this game. I really don't. Have you ever played something that, assuming you even bothered finishing, left you with no immediate words, something that left you so bewildered that you couldn't exactly process what it was you just played? After Mortal Kombat Mythologies didn't do as well as Midway probably hoped, attempts at future spin-offs should have been on the back burner for the foreseeable future, and yet, here was Mortal Kombat Special Forces released late into the PlayStation 1's life cycle in 2000, the cover being one of the most uninspired designs I've ever seen for the generation. Even for someone like me who was a big Mortal Kombat fan around this time, I never even considered giving this game a rental. The cover looked that unremarkable to me. But what was this game? What was Mortal Kombat Special Forces? How much longer could I resist clicking on Matt McMuscle's video on the game to get the answers I was looking for? Tempting as that was the coward's way out, even if I did enjoy Matt's videos. The intro, in all of its low-quality FMV glory, promised me something within the realms of classic 70s blaxploitation. Maybe this game would elicit similar vibes to Shaft or Blackula, maybe Disco Godfather. Probably not that one. It has a rather depressing ending thinking about it.
Nothing wrong with me! There's nothing wrong with me! Take your hands off of me!
He did all the drugs. The game centers on Special Forces Agent Jax from Mortal Kombat 2, rocking a bandana for some reason, and his metal arms, which makes no sense to me as Special Forces is supposed to take place before the first game, and Jax wouldn't get his metal arms until Mortal Kombat 3. Did Jax simply paint his arms skin colored in Mortal Kombat 2, or might I believe the metal arms are merely prosthetics that he can remove whenever he pleases, like in everyone's favorite Mortal Kombat film, Mortal Kombat Annihilation? Already I realized continuity was being ignored, but that was fine. I do enjoy some good and cheesy blaxploitation, parody or otherwise. If it were anywhere near as entertaining as something like 1985's The Last Dragon, I'd be content.
Yeah, that's right, bow, sucker! Yeah! Bows down to your master! Kiss my Converse.
So did Mortal Kombat Special Forces strike a similar chord? You know what I like to do? Fish. I can't get enough of ocean fishing. I believe I already showed you my funnel shark with Romani, but my main character managed to snag this low-res shark during a spectral current. That's when the boat experiences a sweet rave party and lots of fish are out for catching. My apologies, I seem to have distracted myself. Mortal Kombat Special Forces stars U.S. Special Forces Agent Jackson Briggs, currently on the hunt for Kano, the leader of the Black Dragon. And no, that's not the game having fun with the genre. It was called the Black Dragon as far back as the first Mortal Kombat. The game kicks off when Kano manages to jailbreak his goons, timeless characters like No Face, or Tazia, or Jarek from Mortal Kombat 4. You remember Jarek?
Never!
Truly, a star-studded cast, and it's up to Jax to travel across the world and apprehend these crooks, putting a stop to Kano's potential reign of terror. Assisting Jax as mission control is Gemini, who I originally thought was going to be a double agent with a name like that, but it turns out that's just her name. And I assume these two are more than just friends. Maybe Gemini is actually Vera, Jax's future wife that's mentioned in the 3D games. Now you may be thinking, John, you might be putting too much effort into thinking about that, to which I say, I'm hungry. I'm going to show you how to make a dope as fuck grilled cheese sandwich. Potato bread, 2 slices of white American, a slice of sharp cheddar. Lather some pure honey on 1 slice of bread, heat up the pan over medium-high heat, melt some butter on it and add some minced garlic. Stir until everything is nice and coated and try not to burn the butter. Coat both sides of the sandwich with butter to ensure the sandwich is toasted, not burnt. Cook for around 2 minutes each side until golden brown. Enjoy. Now that I've been properly cheesed, I can get back to the game. Thankfully, Special Forces wasn't a continuation of Mortal Kombat Mythology's rigid attempt at a 2D action platformer. Oh yes, in case you were wondering, there's nothing else to the plot. This game has next to no story. All that's left is just some quips between Jax and Gemini.
Yes, Jax, I'm here. Any news?
Oh yeah, I just got in a close shave with a twin-bladed honey. Too bad I had to take her out though. That Tazia sure was a looker.
If it weren't for the fact that I know Jax becomes a better person later down the line, I'd be content with calling him a piece of shit in this game. Mortal Kombat Special Forces is a full 3D action game with a camera angle that reminds me of Metal Gear Solid with none of the charm, enjoyment, or personality. Your job is to rummage around every level looking for keys to unlock doors and decimate any goons you come across. Or if you don't feel like trying in a game that is already not asking for much, you can just pick up some weapons lying about and start blasting. You don't have much ammo to go around for that, but fear not, you can easily enable cheats and get all the ammo you could ever want. You might be thinking, is it really necessary to cheat in this game? To which I say, no, but let's get into the combat. Like in Mortal Kombat, Jax has 2 punches and 2 kicks. Pausing the game and checking the menu will show you a rather healthy selection of combos you could potentially do, like the classic gotcha grab, the super uppercut, and get some Suka. Attempting to do any of these, however, will quickly highlight the game's clunky input delay on combo strings. The fighting game player inside you might be tempted to quickly string these long inputs together like you would dial-up combos in Mortal Kombat 3, a much better game. But that isn't how Special Forces handles things. The most you'll find yourself doing is spamming the same punch and kick until the nameless goon falls to their death, leaving you to wonder why Jax seems so incompetent. By the way, assuming you're not enabling cheats, this is what you're going to be doing in the beginning anyway, since the more complicated maneuvers requires that you earn enough experience points to unlock them. My pants are moist at the very thought. Anyway, the trick to combos is to press the buttons somewhat rhythmically. Actually, I don't know why I'm showing you a PS1 controller as if I'm playing this on hardware. I emulated this game. This would be more appropriate. Or this. Fascinating. I have no idea what the hell that noise was. Perhaps it's the demon inside the game yearning to be placed back in a deep slumber. Be still, demon. We still have much to talk about. Instead of mashing, you should give each button press a spacing of around 1/2 second. Now, it is by no means perfect, but it's far more consistent than any other method I have tried doing that didn't just involve me whipping out my piece and busting a cap. That said, with the trick to the button presses solved, you will then immediately discover that most of these large combo attacks aren't very impressive. Even on the easiest difficulty, most of these won't deal that much damage. Watch and be amazed as your large combo will still not be enough to kill the generic enemy from the Build-A-Goon workshop. I do love when a major element of the gameplay feels unrewarding to the point where I'd rather play anything else. That sounds great now, doesn't it? Let's open up some Yu-Gi-Oh packs. The new Rarity collection just released and I wanted to see what I could add to my collection book for potential resales. I don't really get involved in the tournament scene in today's climate, so I don't recognize a lot of these cards, but you can't deny they do look pretty. A skill drain. Classic. I love the face my opponent makes when I run this and shut their board down. I don't have time for solitaire. Alas, I should get back to Mortal Kombat Special Forces. The true purpose of delivering combos is to restore your energy gauge. That's the blue bar underneath your health. You spend this energy on special attacks like an earth-shaking ground pound or a fire tackle that normally one-shots any goon in front of you until it randomly decides it doesn't. I don't understand this. Did you know on my first playthrough I didn't even know what this meter was supposed to be? It wasn't until my second run through, oh yes I did play this game twice, that I noticed this turbo button in the options menu. At first I thought the turbo button was supposed to be a sprint button that simply didn't work, and I would have deeply appreciated a sprint button with how annoyingly slow Jax was on the ground and how long-winded some of these later levels were in exploration, but I digress. Without a manual or in-game tutorial, and I was too cowardly to use the internet, how else was I supposed to know what this turbo button did? So by complete accident, I discovered that pressing the turbo button alongside one of the attack buttons triggers a special attack, and now we have the entire combat loop. Combo enemies to build up energy, spend said energy to use a special attack, use gun when you don't feel like trying anymore. This is Mortal Kombat Special Forces, a game I have played twice. But why did I play it twice? It's quite simple, actually. After I made it through to the end, which didn't take me terribly long, I don't think, but I was also high, so it was hard to say, all that remained in me was this empty void. I had no notes, I had no thoughts. What did I just experience? Was it hatred? Was it boredom? I couldn't recall the last time I ever felt this way about a game I have played before. I needed to step away, I needed to gather my thoughts, I needed to be far away from my computer. Perhaps a trip to my favorite sushi joint in Georgia would help. Maybe a visit to a convention surrounded by an endless array of nerds and geeks who have no idea what I just went through. Holy fuckballs, is a lot of Gunpla. Who has time for this? Oh, but that is a nice Samus Aran though. But even with all these distractions in front of my face, try as I might, it couldn't help fill this void in my heart. I think this game broke me and gave me amnesia. Before I realized it, I completely forgot everything about my initial playthrough. Perhaps that was a blessing. Maybe it was my body trying to mend the wounds inflicted on my very soul and doing everything in its power to distract me from returning to it. Come along, Johnny, my body was telling me. You still haven't cleared the Omega Protocol in 14 and you're so close. I believe in you.
Come on. Fucking Cap! Yes!
However, I knew deep down I had to make a video about this because I said I was going to, and I made my audience wait long enough. I knew what I really wanted to get back to, but something was in the way. So with a lump in my throat, I decided to play the game again, and as soon as I started moving like a malevolent surge of nausea, it all suddenly came back to me. My memories unlocked, my cyclops shattered, my emotions finally revealed. Holy fuck! Mortal Kombat Special Forces is the biggest fucking nothing burger of a game I've ever experienced, and I don't think that's hyperbole. Nothing fucking happens in this game. It's just find goons, punch goons, boom, bap, thunk, slap. Hey, asshole, put her there. And this is the only move you could really do that's worth a damn that ain't a special attack because it basically guarantees a kill on anything that ain't a boss fight. Why the fuck would I use anything else if I know this kills on sight? And maybe the devs knew this too because I go back to that fucking nothing of a cover art and I see those metal arms glowing just like they do during this attack. The devs were just giving us the heads up. Whoever was left to make the game anyway, because this game apparently went through a shitload of issues during development, so much that John Tobias, one of Mortal Kombat's co-founders, fucking left the company before this game was even finished, and man, doesn't that help explain a lot. But this is even assuming you're even bothering with the punches and the kicks because guns, cheating or otherwise, are just a go-to thing to kill enemies in this game no matter what you're using. A grenade launcher, rocket launcher, submachine gun, a shotgun, or a sniper rifle, all these kill dudes with little to no effort. Okay, maybe not the grenade launcher since it has an obnoxious delay before the projectile explodes, but yeah, it's so easy to just default to guns because basic combat is not very fulfilling, and you'll soon start encountering dudes who have guns for themselves, and these motherfuckers will blast you on sight, and I mean frame fucking one. You will get shot at, and what really sucks is how blindsided you can get with this shit. Enemies can be around any corner, and you have no camera control. All you have is a first person button to look at your surroundings from a standstill, like in Metal Gear Solid, and unless you like pressing this button every other goddamn second like a lunatic, you're gonna be turning corners all willy-nilly because you want to get a move on, but get ready to eat all the shit if you do. At this point, all you can do is slowly approach them, blocking their bullets to soak the damage, then get up to their face. Jack's gonna have more holes than Swiss fucking cheese when I'm done here. With a sniper rifle, at least you can pop some heads before you give them the chance. Good God, this was so wretchedly unfun. At the end of every level, you fight against one of Kano's minions, and you can argue this is the most interesting the game gets by virtue of these guys actually doing something more than just punching and shooting you, make no mistake. They still are, but they have some personality, but either way, none of these guys come across as anything more than a mini boss, something you fight midway in a stage in any other beat 'em up, not the main course of a level. You wait for an opening, you approach, you punch. You wait for an opening, you approach, and you punch. Or you just say nuts to it and just whip out your fucking piece. This is the whole game. It's the exact same shit for about 5 to 6 levels. I honestly don't remember it. And then the credits roll. Everything about this game screams underfunded, undercooked. It's just straight up under, guys, and at no point anywhere does it get better. It just continues to perpetuate this lifeless, joyless vibe that part of me finds impressive because it manages to hold the line for that long, but at the same time, would something fucking happen? Oh, finally, hot babes taking a shower with their clothes on in a dank ass basement. Well, ladies, I don't want to brag, but you know what they say about men with metal arms. Combat time. This game's pretty fucking ugly too, isn't it? Especially for late PlayStation 1. Most of the aesthetic rings this dull, brown, realistic palette that leaves nothing to the imagination. A far cry from the varied locales of something like Mortal Kombat 2, or should I even take Mortal Kombat 3's aesthetic? I understand this game primarily takes place in the urban jungle that is, I don't fucking know, Kansas and Philadelphia? But this is the same universe that has magical gods, ninjas, a dude with metal fucking arms. Where's the vibrancy? Why does the cheesy blaxploitation start and end with the fucking intro? Where's the fun? The only time I even remotely laugh, and I'm not talking about guffawing, I'm always like, is when I tried out the Spinal Crusher. Like a lot of other moves, this doesn't kill, but it compresses an enemy's spine, making them 3 feet shorter. You look up getting chased by a garden. No. Most of the music is a total snooze fest too, which I'm a little sad to say because it's still Dan Forden behind the soundtrack, and I know he can make some great beats based off his experiences in Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, but a lot of it here feels so minimalized. The second stage theme is okay, and fucking hell, it should have been the first stage song to give a better impression. Like, this is the first thing you hear when you start the game up.
Well, this is shit.
The boss music is alright as well. It's got that classic Mortal Kombat vibe. I'm here for that, and a part of me finds it funny how it abruptly ends once you win the battle. But everything else is too muted to be catchy or memorable. You know what? It feels like a precursor to Deadly Alliance soundtrack. Now, I have a lot of good memories with that game, but its soundtrack isn't one of them, and this rings a lot of similar bells. Also, for a game called Special Forces, where the fuck is Sonya Blade? Of all the games she's not in, it's Mortal Kombat Special Forces? Was she on sabbatical? What the shit? Christ alive, I have never struggled so hard to come up with the words to describe my exact experiences with this game. And I know this is old news. Who in the flying fuck cares about Mortal Kombat Special Forces in this God-given year of 2024? Fuck, I'm miserable. Like, I've heard things for sure, but man, I was not ready for how fucking stun-locked this game would leave me. I wouldn't even subject my friends to this as a joke. At least with some of the worst games I played, there's something to relish, something to enjoy with how utterly terrible they can be. But Special Forces gives me nothing. Nothing to celebrate, nothing to truly admonish. It's nothing. A big fat hole of nothing. And you know what? I want to fill that hole with things I want to talk about. I ain't going back to Mortal Kombat for a while, so in the meantime, you'll play things like a Berserk Boy, Pizza Tower. There's so many indie games out there that I love to cover. And I'm not talking about, like, for a spotlight, just like bringing back the indie showcase that I used to do so many years back. You remember that? I still get asked about that, and yeah. Also, my cats upstairs picked a great time to get the fucking zoomies. You know, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door just got a remaster on the Switch, and I think you'd enjoy that if you haven't played it already. Holy shit, there are so many Metroidvanias out there that I'm just been sleeping on. It doesn't even need to be games to just fill this unhappiness. Wash your clothes and fold some laundry. Stop wearing that same shirt. It's been 3 fucking days. Dust your computer thing. Clean up your keyboard. It's fucking gross. Go outside, touch some grass. Go back to that workout routine you've been neglecting for the past several months, if not a year. Just make sure you powder up before you do so your inner thigh area will thank you. I'm aware I've actually been putting on weight again. Depression fucking sucks. Go give your cats some love and care. Oh, that was an adorable chirp sling. Read a book that isn't a manga, you coward. Attend a Hatsune Miku concert. I can't understand a word they're saying, but who cares? It's fun. You like to draw? Well, then draw something. I'm almost done the new assets for SGB. Watch SGB. You like conventions? Come see me at this year's Too Many Games over in Oaks, Pennsylvania. Try out that new recipe you've been meaning to cook. Don't go spending $60 on your next Happy Meal order on DoorDash, you lazy ass. Watch Dungeon Meshi and learn halfling swear words. Man, Mortal Kombat Special Forces really got me thinking about all the good things in life. Thank you, Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Holy shit, we're actually at the tail end of the second long-ass list of patrons to thank. This took a while to get to, but we're here, and now starting with the next video, I can refresh it and do it all over again because you guys keep showing me your support. All right, but shout outs to some more of my $10 patrons over my Patreon at patreon.com/Somecallmejohnny. You can find a link to below, where it's probably somewhere here in the card up top. I don't know where the camera's facing. But okay, Logan Poole, Bojack51, Smash the Oni, The Eternal Comment, Orizo97, Alex K. Rullin, Luigi Pepper, Anime Pirates, Riley Dilworth, David Siegel, Frisky, Dakota Lewis, Telling Star, I Am Loaf, Jack Pyrie, Daniel Conlon, Link Thalidus, Christopher Iwaski, probably, Tro, Royal, Ed Ein, Lizzie in a Tizzy, Jason Kilomox, Taylor Park, The Irish, Melvin Brown, Ian Bowe, Seth Anderson, The Upchucks, Ben's on the Radio, Robert Mann 2, Nick Plays 28, Tom Brew, Good King, Linky, Lackwee, SGM 92, Fucks for V-Bucks, Pug with Shades, Mike Weissman or Weissman, Jep, Kiyoshimi, Sam Martins, Chris, and finally, Nurbert. That's it, we're done with the second list. Fuck.
So I'm not going to waste too much of your time. I know this video took a long time to come out, too long, in fact, especially for something that a lot of you probably won't give a shit about. It's a video on a Mortal Kombat spin-off game, big whoop, where's the Final Fantasy videos and that sort of shit. And this year just has something out for me. And at this point, I'm kind of whatever about it. I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not going to throw a pity party and that sort of shit. You guys are still here. You guys are still showing me love and support. And I'm just tired of like having to repeat myself on this sort of things, even if it does seem like the universe has something out for me. I don't know. Well, I will see you guys for the next video. And if you don't see me here, you can find me on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/Somecallmejohnny. I'm also on the Discord over in the sub chat. You can get in touch with me there if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, that sort of thing. And if you watch this video to the end and you're still here, thank you. I greatly appreciate your love and support. And yeah, with all that said, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night and take care.